Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to everybody's favorite coin report, and that's the Monday Market Report. I do it once a week, and as always, these are coins that are focused heavily on more the modern age of collecting. All right, so coins of the 20th century and into the 21st century. These are going to be some of the more accessible coins to just your everyday collector, and maybe you want to know exactly how much some of these coins sell for at their peak or at their lows. Well, that's what the Monday Market Report illustrates, and I'm happy to bring another one for you. This particular report is for the week ending April 12th of 2020. So there's a few notable things going on in the market today, all right? One thing that I could tell you is that there has been an uptick in the prices of some of not only the rare coins, but some of the desirable generics. Okay, so what exactly is a desirable generic coin? Well, basic U.S. gold coins, some of the earliest, like early 1900s into the late 1800s, stuff that traditionally, has been priced lower because of the price of gold and silver and everything going on. Just as desirability over time has waned on those, and based off of what I've seen, it's those type of coins that have jumped up about 10 to 15% out of nowhere. And given what's going on in today's economy and the world with this pandemic, some would say that the market should kind of fluctuate down, especially for the more common material like the generic golds. Well, simply just not the case because we've seen some of these rise up in prices. Another thing in this particular report that I wanted to draw your attention to is all the listings are going to be from Great Collections. Okay, so we got another Great Collections sale that wrapped up this week. And there is a new big collection that has entered the marketplace, and that is the Fairfax collection of U.S. coins. We are beginning to see some of those items in this report, and these are coins that have been hidden, socked away in this Fairfax collection for many years, and there are a few very notable surprises. Okay, actually the first coin on the list is nothing short than a stone cold stunner to the face, if you know what I mean, for those of you that get the whole wrestling analogy there. But some of these coins I haven't seen for as long as I've been doing this YouTube channel, and it's certainly going to take you guys back a little bit by the time we're all done talking about it. All right, and then there is one particular coin on the list I wanted to talk about is a possible, spec coin. Move on it right now because the prices are running pretty low on them. So you guys fasten your seatbelt. Go ahead and get yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or whatever you need for this Monday report. And let's go ahead and dive right in with the first coin. And it's going to be this bad boy right here. And you're like, oh, it's the 1999 Lincoln Cent. I mean, what's so special about it? Well, as you guys know, all right, variety hunters love finding some good stuff. All right, some just way out of the way, varieties, double dies, repunchment marks, transitionals, things of that nature. So this one right here popped up on Great Collections, and this one is one of the first Fairfax collection pieces that I'm going to talk about. This is a 1999 Philadelphia Lincoln Memorial Cent. Just look at the label. You guys have seen these. Okay, this is the wide AM proof reverse. FS 901 in the Cherry Picker's Guide if you're into that sort of thing. But this one right here grades out at a very balmy, steamy PCGS Mint State 68 full red. Yes, I'm getting my summer analogies in. But this one right here, guys, eclipsed $3,000. As a matter of fact, it ended at $3,037.50. This is one of those record highs that you just don't see for this type of coin. Generally, coins that are a little bit lesser condition, like a 64 or 65, those are like $200 to $300 coins. So when you come across one that is this high and this deep and sold for over $3,000, man, it really gives some cause to pause about what's going on here. But this is a very high-end coin. The coin is barely 20 years old, but it is indeed the rarest of the three tri-year wide AM variants, and you just happen to have one in 68. So there you go. All right, so the next one that we have here is a perennial favorite among enthusiasts and searchers alike. It's the 1983 Lincoln Memorial with the doubled die reverse. I mean, just take a look at the reverse and you know exactly what we're looking at. You have probably one of the strongest doubled die reverses in the Lincoln Memorial series. And this one, again, you just can't understate the importance of this coin to Lincoln cent collectors and variety hunters. This particular coin, NGC Mint State 67 full red, sold for $897.75. All right, so the next one that we have here is probably one of the least remarkable coins on the list, but we're going to talk about it anyways, because this particular coin is tough to find in some of the higher grades. The quality control for 54s, just not that good, okay? Especially the Philadelphias. This example is an NGC Mint State 67 full red example, and this one sold for $1,527.75. Few things to keep in mind, just how weakly struck the reverse of this coin is. You know, E pluribus unum is really mushy on here. And then you have other issues here in the wheat stocks. It's just not that fabulous of a coin. If this was PCGS graded, it probably would have been a 66. I'm not going to kid you. But NGC gave it the extra bump. All right, so the next one that we have here is a 1950 Lincoln Wheat Cent. This one is a proof coin, okay, made in limited numbers, okay. A few short thousand, 4,000 or 5,000 1950 proof sets were produced. Not a lot of them look like this, where you have the featured devices with that frosty cameo look to it. This particular example is another Fairfax collection piece. This one is an NGC Proof 67 Plus, full red, and ultra cameo, a stunner that probably encompasses less than 5% of the total run of 1950 proof sets, proof coins with full frost on there. This one sold for $3,825 this evening. Pretty nice coin. All right, so the next one we have here is yet again another Fairfax collection coin. Of course, you're going to see some pretty oddball stuff in here that I don't typically talk about on the Monday Market Report, but we have a whole slew of coins from Fairfax, and this one right here is another example in a 1945 S Lincoln Wheat Cent. Okay, I don't talk about coins like this because they seldom come up. This particular example is an NGC Mint State 68. It is a huge grade, okay? Full red example, and this one brought home $4,224.38. We're talking a lot of money for a lot of these Fairfax coins that traditionally should probably best be reserved for some of the earlier classics, all right? Stuff from the 1800s, Federal Age, Civil War age. For high-end mid-state coins, seeded coins, you know, you name it. But here we have just a high mintage 45S Lincoln Wheat Cent, and you know, again, it's the grade. It really brings home all the money for this particular coin. And finally, the last penny on the list, maybe, is the 1933 Lincoln Wheat Cent. This one right here is not a Fairfax collection. This one is a standalone. This is a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus full red. It is also CAC certified, so it's got that little green bean sticker to certify the certification company, so it's double certified, I guess. This particular coin right here is sold for $2,278.88. All right, it's just a tougher date to find at this grade level, and that's why it commanded the kind of money it did today. All right, how about a nickel? Okay, this is the one I'm going to be the most critical on. It's a 1965 special mint set Jefferson nickel. Okay, the special mint sets were made in lieu of regular proof coins during its time. The U.S. Mint was going to not cancel, but kind of put on hiatus the proof series of coins from 65 all the way up till 67. So they did special mint sets because the collecting community just a public outcry that they want a collectible coin. So the U.S. Mint did something, put the best of both worlds of proof and business strike together, and you have this coin, where it looks like a proof coin, but it's got all the scratches and stuff that's indicative of a coin that was made for circulation. So this particular coin right here is a tough one because it's showing some frosty characteristics on the devices. This is an NGC Mint State 67 Ultra Cameo, and it sold for $1,912.50. All right, so yes, that is pretty typical for these type of coins, especially if you have one with really black mirrored fields and then the frost. Okay, they call that high contrast cameo for these type of coins. All right, so we have a trio of Buffalo nickels. They're all common dates, all, I guess, branch mints. They are, and we're going to start out with the final date of Buffalo nickel. This is a 38D. This one is an NGC Mint State 68, so it is an incredibly high grade. It does look the part, okay? The strike is strong enough to warrant the grade, and I don't see a lot of scratches or nicks, especially on the highest areas of the coin, which is where you normally see it on a Buffalo nickel. But this one is what I would say an abnormally high grade for a coin of this caliber. In addition, it also exhibits some of that golden yellow toning on both sides. This one sold for $1,999.12. All right, here's another favorite. This is one I've talked about here recently as being one of the more plentiful high dollar varieties that can be found and cherry picked out there today. And that's the 1937D three-legged buffalo. Okay, so the three legs happened because of an over-abrasion, an over-polishing of the area right here where this frontmost leg would normally appear. This one has been polished away quite handily. All right, in addition, this one has all of the featurettes to make this a genuine example. You have all of these little dimple areas here underneath the stomach. They call this the P line. Plus you also have some weakening of the rear legs as well. So this one right here is not a high grade stunner, okay? This one is an NGC AU58 CAC certified. You can just make out a little bit of that green bean sticker. And this one sold for $1,350. Still plenty of value, even at one that's seen a little circulation. So that's kind of cool. All right, so the last Buffalo nickel on the list is another really common date and mint mark. It's a 36D, all right, but it's a really pretty example. This one is a Sunset collection piece, not a Fairfax. This one is a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus CAC certified, and this one brought home a really nice $3,686.62. All right, so if you a standard brilliant uncirculated mint state level raw coin is pretty easy to get for around $40 of this particular date and mint mark. If you're able to cherry pick one that is this clean, minus any sort of distracting marks, okay, then you have the possibility of having a high grade specimen that'll make you, quite a bit more money than your initial investment. So these right here are always a lot of fun to cherry pick if you have the opportunity. All right, so I'm happy to say we have at least one dime on the list, and it's going to be a 1954S Roosevelt dime that exhibits some original, not only luster, but some of this toning, especially the toning on the reverse is quite pretty. All right, so that automatically adds a little bit of a premium value to the coin. Now this one is a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus with full bands, although the photography isn't too flattering to show the splits on the top and bottom bands. I hope it looks a lot better in hand for the grade. But this particular coin right here with the toning sold for $1,137.38 on Great Collections this evening. All right, so here's the subject coin, the topic of conversation in regards to a possible speculation coin. All right, so this was big, hot, heavy news in 2019. We're talking a few short months ago. All right. The U.S. Mint made huge headlines by introducing what they call a circulation rarity out in change. All right. So what they did was they took each one of the 5 designs of the America the Beautiful quarters and they made a West Point struck example of each one of those 5 designs for 2019. Now here's the kicker. Only 2 million coins of each type were produced. Okay, if you add it all together for 1 year, it's 10 million. Okay, it seems like a lot, but for each particular design, combining both the Philadelphia and Denver mintages, it exceeds 500 million copies. Where if you take, say, the San Antonio missions at 2 million, that is a micro percentage of the entire run for this particular design of quarter. I want to make that absolutely clear to put it in perspective. 500 million Philadelphia and Denver combined compared to only 2 million West Points found. That's why a lot of my listeners, a lot of you folks have yet to find any of these West Point coins because they were distributed in a way that certain metropolitan areas got these coins. Not every town or city had the ability to obtain some of these at the banks. All right, so that has been one of the biggest kind of pain points regarding the mint and their distribution model. Okay, is it just didn't work out for the 2019 West Points. Okay, it made a lot of people upset because they weren't able to see this. So the reason why this is a spec coin is that because of the release of the brand new 2020 West Points, okay, as a matter of fact, the first 2 designs were released this past week, 7 short days ago, as a matter of fact, and it has depressed the value of just about every conceivable coin, grade, raw, certified of the 2019 West Points down to what is kind of like rock bottom. All right, so the coin that you see here, the San Antonio Missions West Point quarter, sold on Great Collections as a PCGS Mid-State 67. Now that seems like a high grade, and it is. It is half a point lower than the top population of this coin. 68 is the top grade for the San Antonio Missions. Here's the thing. 574 copies of this coin were graded in 67. That's the coin that you see on screen. 14 were graded in 68. All right, so there's only 574 graded at this level. Keep in mind that this coin has been out for over 6 months, probably 7 or 8 months. The likelihood that we're going to see the grades bump in 67 or higher is very unlikely because of the fact that a lot of the coins that are left over are circulating in change right now. Okay, so finding one at a level of 67 is going to be tough. So when you look at all 5 coins for 2019, the San Antonio has the most available coins graded at 67 or higher. All right, you would have to go to the Frank Church River of No Return as being the lightest out of the 5. Only like 80 examples exist in 67 and higher for that particular coin, yet it affects all 5 designs because we are in 2020. So this coin right here sold for $118.12. Now, if that isn't rock bottom, we are a stone's throw away from such. I am predicting about $80 to $90 is where this will rock bottom out. And then it's going to be all hands on deck because in about 5 to 10 years, this coin will recover back up to $200 to $300 because there's going to be no more examples to be had in 67 or higher. All right, so if you're able and you have the extra money, I'm not saying to bet the farm on Mid-State 67 or 67 plus West Point quarters. Do not do that. I'm saying if you have the ability to pick up maybe 5 to 10 of them graded at this level or higher at a reasonable cost, then you will have something that is truly going to be a semi-long-term investment piece. All right, I have a firm belief because these are low vintage coins and these are just gonna slowly drift away and just disappear from circulation. This is gonna be one of my ultimate spec coins. All right, at $100 a pop or lower, come on, guys, that's a no-brainer. But anyways, that's going to be my plan. I'm going to plan on picking up about 5 to 10 of these here in the next month or two and just sit on them, okay? And then maybe I'll pick up another 5 or 10 later on down the road. But keep in mind, the newest, hottest ride out in the market is the 2020s. All right, as long as that happens, people are going to forget about the 19s. They might even drift lower. I don't know. But the bottom is almost there for 67s and up. All right, so sorry to talk so long about this coin, but it's important to know exactly where we're at in the marketplace. I mean, $118 for this coin is ridiculous. Okay, this used to be a coin that sold for about $500 to $1,000. You know, first 2 weeks out of the gate, the release of this coin. So it's crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and move on down to the 59 Washington quarter you see here. Now this one is a Sunset Collection piece. It's a PCGS Mint State 66 Plus CAC certified, and it's got some original toning on both sides of the coin. This one sold for $1,040.62. All right, just a pleasing registry set coin. And then we have another kind of like yellowish brown toned coin here. Not the most desirable of grades or coloration when it comes to toning. But this is a 1952D PCGS Mint State 67 Washington quarter. This one is George's Army Collection Provenance. Okay, so that, as you can see on the label there, that's what this one is. With the toning and the grade, this one sold for quite a bit of money. $3,862.12. Probably a low population coin. All right, so we got a few half dollars here in the mix. This coin right here, I'm going to tell you guys right now, these 1960s Franklin half dollars that can be obtained in proof sets that are generally had for between $22 and $24 will be probably an ultimate rip of your life. This one right here is a really nice high quality proof example, okay? What is not typical is the amount of frost that this coin has. They don't usually come with this level of cameo. So this one is another Fairfax collection piece. It's an NGC Proof 68 Plus, Ultra Cameo, CAC certified. And get this lonely old Franklin half dollar that came from a $24 proof set sold for $3,751.88. If you think that's crazy, take a look at the next coin. This is a 1959, also available from a very plentiful date of proof set. All right, this one right here, lots of them were made, but very seldom do you find any with any level of frost. Now this one is not an Ultra Cameo. It is, however, another Fairfax collection piece. It's a PCGS Proof 68 Plus with just cameo. It's not super Ultra Cameo with a lot more frost. This one brought home $4,488.75. That $25 investment paid off in a huge way. All right, I would encourage you guys, if you can, take a look at some of those proof sets from 1957 to 1964. All right, and see if you can find coins with a lot of frost on both sides. Okay, it's going to make you a lot of money. And then finally, we're going to hit it off huge. This is a 1917S Lincoln Wheat Cent, okay? Check out the grade. It's a PCGS Mint State 65 red. If this was a more modern dated coin, that would be a very average grade. All right, so it's also CAC certified. This one is also the final Fairfax collection piece on the list for this week. And get this, guys, it sold for $19,125. 1917s in both Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco are not super rare, all right, in comparison to the 1916s and before that. All right, 1917 is where it gets really plentiful. So it's nice to see a coin of this type on here, full red. You know, it looks good for its age. and it brought enough money to buy a Fiat 500. So, anyways, that's going to do it on the Monday market report for the week ending April 12th of 2020. Hopefully, you guys feel a little bit inspired to know that your coins can be worth as much as these. Now, all the coins are graded, and that's what the Monday market report is geared towards. But these are modern coins, guys. And thanks for watching. All right. Sorry to keep it so long like I usually do on these videos. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell for instant notification if you haven't done so already, so that way you get the first-hand access to all of my newest uploads. Again, I'm your host, Sean, with BlueRidgeSilverhound. I want to thank you guys. Have a wonderful Monday. Don't work so hard if you're going to work. I'd like to take the time to also thank everybody who's punching the time clock while we're going through this madness in our world. Medical professionals, retail people, law enforcement, just you name it. All you guys that are still punching the time card out there, I want to thank you guys for your bravery and for keeping everybody else safe. All right, so Coinaholics, as always, it's never going to change. We are discovering together. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say about today's Monday market report. You guys have a wonderful day. Keep collecting, and I'll see you on the next video.